back, the ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Florida State's offense will have been their leader, their warhorse throughout his career.
Yeah, and we've seen him. He's been very productive. He's proven his worth in college football, but now he's taking his talents to a new team. And now he's got to show them what he's about. Great opportunity to start it off. Can he be the guy? Can he be the catalyst that takes this team to the next level?
He really is a guy you root for, too, I think, because he's waited his turn. He's found the right opportunity in the right situation. This is a guy everybody in the locker room absolutely loves. He has the ability to galvanize them and an opportunity to galvanize this fan base early in the season with a big game here right out of the gate.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
Punt is in the air. Everybody stays in there trying to get something started with their first possession. And Jesse, if there's an old warhorse who will award any of the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point. There is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy, because of all the big stories and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited because he has seen a lot of all the ball, all the defenses, it's really emotional, really high, really low. And so those experiences, those scars, they trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him. Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off. Really good vision there, just getting what he can get. Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find ways of offense.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the door. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Georgia sends out the punch. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Completion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air. It's incomplete to the right. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. And the Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wants to throw on third. And the ball game will find him on 36. You might have expected to see this DB on his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitching catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Second down, he'll throw.
answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means third and long. Third and long now to dime packages to nickel backers. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
It's Hamilton. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line. Bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right half. Right down the Walmart, it's good. And that'll put the first point of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Let's chat about Georgia. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. All-star back, incredible commitment. Some future help in the form of this guy, David.
And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size speed combination.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Yeah, and I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back run. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They're going to ride this running back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country. 5-star defensive lineman, and they've got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's St. Louis do for that?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that, 2 minutes plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formula right away. In the recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, and first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job Reese, he's reading the coverages, getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great way tonight.
Through the air, it's Simmons. Sets up the screen. Finds a pace up the flat.
You run these screen plays, you're trying to get your playmaker ready to hit space, and what a great job. They get to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver going in motion. Shakes off the defender. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Unloads it back. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and come.
Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many. He was working his way on the return for a big field. They'll stop him at the 46. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Good start here. With a 7-3 lead. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
That's a good job by the driver out there, understanding his zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. Breaks the tackle. They run it again to stop with this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Down to the 16-yard line. It's first and 10. Right back to the left. Goal down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Bader.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Nice job by this guy finding the slot on the track.
That receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. It's an easy completion.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. And the Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Georgia.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. It's Johnson. Coaches talking about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Hill. Catching it is Hamilton. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we 5-yard line. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's second down. They'll run him from the gun. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Any
The gift to the tailback. He now has 61 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener.
And this offense has got it all right? It's just been tough. This defense is on heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this one.
And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. He'll run it to the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's a frustrating play. Reverse near the goal line. All of those situations, but gotta get those positive numbers. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. Don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Speaking of Wilson,
On third and goal, they'll throw. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together. And right now, you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Houston is currently working from behind. But how many times have we seen that and then witness something special happen?
that was yesterday,
This
though.
time of year,
No, it
you
was
just
good
never
after
know.
that.
It's a
Yeah,
touchdown
but she took it
game. They're
yesterday.
trailing by 7 to LSU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Dropping back, it's Baird. They're on the screen. Plows through the defense. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left. Have to worry about those you have.
Should have been
Any
the same.
concerns you guys have about
Should have been the same.
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
And down he goes, trying to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line. The Noles will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and look for room. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. offense are coming out with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Simmons. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. Races to the right. And he'll lead the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae. Making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
Is that? They came? Huh?
You get a text, you don't get something with it. You don't never get it anyway.
I don't want to do that. I'm so angry right now. No, I was excited.
You don't pay the text, nigga.
But hush.
Right here rolling around for
But
you.
hush. You ate up from me. Literally. I'm supposed to raise them thing. Got money.
Yeah, name the fucking summer.
They got no money. Oh, it's cold.
Do feel good.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll try to surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Seminoles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Off play action. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Ball down, but he has enough to move the chain. They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10.
Keep the ball moving.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. A first down for the offense. Use the play fake. Now the throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Things about.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end of the time, being in position, and making sure that...
Under pressure. He goes at the 33.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Knowles decide to punt it away. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Simmons. To the right, complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job on the wide receiver. Finding that hole, the quarterback going straight.
He's got 69 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Looking to throw on first down. The defense got it. They knocked him down after the takeaway and a big... This defense.
That's exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football. You hit him, you try to rank it out. Great job by the defense. Getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Tylen finds a soft spot. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield very late in the half. Using his feet to buy time. He gets the job done. Picking up the first down. Then going down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3. And this one will be a 57-yard attempt. He'll unleash it from the right hash. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. That is no good. And I guess they wanted to draw a little closer instead. They're still way, way behind. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise, we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And for 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's bringing the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to our guys at Bobby Bowden Field.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin.
Are you kidding me?
The Seminoles will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is humming.
They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. First and 10 from the 32. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on Sunday.
Braun gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
From the gun, the ground game. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go. The line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole. Again, he's blocking a nice positive game. Situation where they go to the next play.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
A nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
Georgia, and they take it in for 6 more points.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. USF is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jim Leavitt, this has not been a blowout today in Tampa. They're up by 4 over Louisville. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. They go to the ground. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They got the opponent going backwards.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be third and long. Back to throw. It's Berry. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Trying to set up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The throw to the outside is complete. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're down up is working.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you play with your tackles, it could be even better.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
To the air, it's Simmons. Right to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
All right, let's get it. Right. Get ready.
We got that cheat code on.
To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Hard running there. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and getting running backs on the ground.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Berry. Right on the money. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get it down at the 45.
That wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through the pressure.
On the shotgun, they go to the ground. Unfull attack.
On 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off the play fake. He left it high and deep down the left side. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Nice read. Break. Good job by the defender understanding that ball had some air underneath it. Takes advantage of it, goes and makes the big play.
What are you doing?
First snap of this drive will come from the 46.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
Hand off from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional moving passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. It's Simmons. They're working it left side. No siree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Hey, on offense, you got to know where the play's going. Now when they're nowhere to go with it after he caught your football, you start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run back. This ain't high school anymore. When you used to be able to make that play years ago, you're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
And the Bulldogs need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15.
Can't keep up with our attack offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. On the option. Now the pitch. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Do you think these two doctors
Defense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys.
Do I
they
see
really
Dr.
like to get the
Exclusive?
football to in space, and
What
they
you
can
mean?
find a lot of different ways to do that.
Dr.
I love the idea of going option here and trusting your
We
quarterback to make the right read.
we ask for when they get like excessive. Like when they get out of hand, like hold on, some seem like a little fishy. Now we start asking for documentation because really, to us, it really don't matter. UTO is UTO.
This junior making his first spell and making the stop after a short gain.
And I think this
so you know what
been the most
typical
surprising
is.
thing of this game
Yeah.
so far. This guy's one of the
It's
best
What
just-
they have on
entire
the
country. They
Yeah,
just
data visit, patient name. I mean, for sure, like that's what we deal with every day. Is getting medical records and seeing what a doctor's note look like. It's gonna have the patient name, date of birth, date of service. Sign off is to have like just a quick. This is a letter of intent. Missing up, last 3 days because of such and such.
Okay, so
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back.
what you think about this?
Great field position. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense.
This one I believe. Have you ever seen one that has like the holes inside?
No.
They're gonna give it to you on letterhead.
Or it'll be official letterhead, or it could be like on their official notepad.
On an official notepad, they have their address, their contact
Yeah,
information.
yeah,
They'll likely have the physician that they saw.
yeah. It'll definitely have their contact information. It's like, I mean, if anything, it's a typed up letter or something like that you could probably get the print off of the internet.
Yeah, get the logo off the internet. Now, this baby has been to school twice.
He may return to school
She's making shit up. He has
or as tolerated.
He has a truancy history. And so, Sellers had talked because they got Sellers buried right now with attendance. They do that on the social workers now. So I brought it to her attention because one of his teachers brought it to my attention that they haven't seen him, but maybe once. And that was prior to yesterday, because yesterday I was in Miss Baker's class, and he was in Miss Baker's class. But she said, I'm sensing a Gypsy Rose situation. And she said, you know who Gypsy Rose is? I said, yeah, I know who Gypsy Rose is. She said, but I'm serious, like, she said, we reached out to, well, she said, he reached out to mom, and mom told her all this stuff. Yeah, I feel like it's a Gypsy Rose. And so I said, well, send me contact information. As soon as I look him up, I go to his log, see if he's been to the system before, unless he's like out of the district. There's nothing else in there but truancy shit. Mom has to go to court, all that shit. But then I say, okay, I tell Sellers, I said, okay, go ahead and forward that information to Sellers for Sellers for the Sellers did. And I guess she followed down and overlooked me. That big detail that he has a history. And she said she can see the log. So I told her, when I was looking when I was in classroom. Yeah,
We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
I didn't think that because I was passing on her. I think this was the other time. It looks like I got a history of doing that. And I was in pass. Long story short, I sent me an email yesterday evening. And I said, Mom said that he's like real sick all the
getting
other
stops like
drive,
they just
and
did.
that
Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Back to pass
you know,
to
he got
Simmons.
this going on. Then Caribou, she said, but I told mom to, that he's gonna have to get his, uh, he's gonna have to have like excuses uploaded. Go ahead and get your excuses uploaded. That'll take care of you. If he's sick like this, then um, he's probably going to need to have some type of documentation, like a 504 or something like that. And this is after with Mrs. Lewis, and Miss Lewis was, okay, if you're sick, you know, just get the documentation in, and then we can look into the idea of a temporary 504, right? They know all this. And then I passed on her.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they
Yeah,
come
hey,
again.
contact mom so she can talk to you about what the process is about. So, okay, I'm gonna have to be mom. It's just today.
And this
And
defense
because
has been
I'm
flying
up,
around.
you
They
know, I
are
gotta go take Lane.
everywhere. There's 6 sacks on the day, spreading it around, multiple people coming from every angle. This
You
QB
do nothing.
is
I don't
a
know. But
nightmare.
I get that.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop
You
him in
know,
his tracks.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you
look at the
show up
money
with
because
the
you had
football and you
spread.
stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again
And
and
hey,
you don't
that's
get
that
it. Still a good
Long
stick,
and
still a good
Johnson were
physical
off
play.
campus,
Keep
so
hitting that quarterback.
Taylor and Mr. Massey popped up from time to help out. That was me. Um,
That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. And Georgia ready to
so,
go back to work on offense.
so I guess the mom,
How is this guy
I guess
has behind center? You expect this type of
it,
and boy, is he
the
delivering.
documentation might get when he uploaded some excuses, which they changed the policy again this year. Before, you could have pretty much a limited amount of documentation, but you only had a limited amount of handwritten parents. But now it says no matter what, 5 is the limit. And so, yeah, that's not even finished yet. Just keep a good outcome. What's scratching out?
That shit blows my mind. Like, the only thing I can think of, you got to be on drugs, or you moving a
Like in a
lot and
slump.
you're unstable.
Mm-hmm. Or you got separation shit, you know,
Right?
and shit. Drunk and
It's like you are,
I had
you
that
already getting a favor. Like, not to say that the school's a daycare, but if you don't want to be bothered with your kid, you send them to school like that. But not even to want to do that much, you like the hell to keep them here and not do nothing. It's just that I don't even know the
or they've been
rationale.
taking care of you with shit. I don't know nothing. But anyway, so I guess the reason that was sellers is what was up with the 504 thing.
And they just tack on more points
Man.
to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays.
These women
They
don't
can
really
earn
know the
everything
process.
they get the rest this way. And we looking
You
pretty
don't
good.
know, the sellers don't know the process and how it works. So I guess in her mind,
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the
you know,
field.
she's spooked
They were really
because
aggressive
sellers
going
is a
for
social
it in
worker.
their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, Dave.
They went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work
And now the
out.
social worker calling you again because his baby ain't been in school but for 2 days. He showed up yesterday. Why did he show this
This
thing?
drive at 2nd and 12.
So it's not how that kid so it's called.
Wide
You know
receiver
what I'm
going in
saying?
motion.
So he shows up that day. So
He's brought
he
down, but
shows
he went
up
backwards after that
because he really
completion.
classic.
Not the way they had it drawn up.
That's the name.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football
That's
to
brought
play
up to
than
me.
cornerback. You know, all the
Oh,
space
he's
in
here
the
today.
game, the
I
speed
ain't
of the
put two
game,
together.
the
That's
big
so
bodies
so.
on the
I got to think that for too.
High and deep down the left side.
And so
Took a deep ball for it, and it just threw it through his fingers. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. 3 and out.
I
They
take
got
that
stuck
too.
in reverse. They opened the punt and bailed him out.
I guess Sellers has just kind of make it seem like, oh well, he got a legitimate reason why he's out, and he's probably going to give him a too. So my own thing is that's her way out. Not knowing Sellers don't know what the hell she's talking about.
Sellers don't know what she's
She's
talking about.
she's a social worker. She don't do none of the stuff that the counselors do. She don't know nothing about the program. She don't know the process of their member. They ain't got to do half the shit that we got to do. They just passed them for attendance. With attendance. But before Sellers could just talk to kids and investigate stuff, do home visits and shit. And technically she ain't supposed to be counseling nobody. She's just supposed to be kind of like investigating stuff, make sure that there's no foul play, wrongdoing, or neglect and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the gatekeeper to.
And she what again? Account
She's a school. She's a social worker.
social.
And so, again, Mom probably thought that she had a way to keep us off her back in the court off her back by, okay, well, he does have a legitimate situation. He has appendicitis, he has appendicitis. It was tough stuff. He has appendicitis. So why the fuck he had food yesterday? He has appendicitis.
Now it's time to start running the football.
He is that
Making
food.
up shit. Giving excuses.
Again, Ms. Baker said, I feel like she is just a road situation. And so when she emailed Sellers, it sounded very kind of pushy. I'll read it to you. It sounded very pushy. Like, so what's going on? Like what's the next step? With, like, it just sounded like, hurry up, sis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just do how to lift up the video. You know you're racking up on the names, African too. And so, so he forwarded it to me. And she said, have you had your contacted? Not yet. And call her. I'll call her after I think this is it. But before I call her, it is pretty well me because I had at the very least, 3 students just like this in my 17 years. At the least. I probably had more, but at the least, I'm talking about chronic. One for sure, I know, I felt like his mom had something. She was from property. Another one, they just started that she couldn't handle it. And she was doing Bible. And we already had a daughter that was gifted and dropped out of school. And Will was very gifted, right? I don't know if he was gifted, but he was really smart because he already stayed back. But Will, he had some kind of condition where he had broke something on his hip. Some kind of shit had happened to him, and he had to be homebound. And he just never really came back to school for it. He came just to get us off the tail of all, you know, the truest shit. And then we found out all you had to do was bring doctor's excuses and stuff like that, or have something. So they found little loopholes and rules on us, and that's what this hepatitis she was going to do. Then it was Jenny. Jenny Jimmy for real could probably be a for real good player.
Yeah,
I don't even know if Jimmy,
she was set in the pathological lie.
This offense has
who,
really struggled.
the
I
mom.
think you're
Yeah,
just
the mom.
waiting
No,
for
mom
that
had
one play,
Munchausen.
one explosive play to
Who?
happen that
Munchausen.
galvanize you a bit offensively.
Munchausen.
It's not the case
Where
here. It's
in your own head you make up these ailments. They be
Lies.
sick. No, they start to
Oh,
believe their own lies. Like they think that their
they
child,
really do believe.
they be really thinking something's wrong with them. That they make them physically sick so that they can get the attention. It's like maladaptive behavior, personality disorders and shit. To where you find out that you get attention from your child being sick.
Mm. That's a disorder.
Yes. And
That is a disorder.
that was the Rose situation. Her mom, she started changing after that man left. After Gypsy father left her. And she always make up that Gypsy was sick and that's when he would come over. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a personality disorder. And I felt like that was Jennifer's mom. I had Jenny. 7 years I had friends. But then I didn't even know I was in that danger. So, I tell you, every single time you saw her, she told you about how Jennifer almost died and all things, and she's so bad, but she one of the ones who look like a
SpongeBob SquarePants.
yes, nigga, big and disgusting looking, and it's always Jenny probably ain't had no issues. She was kind of crippled, she had like a little something. But anyway, the Disney guy, she only wanted to die. And her mama was covered and that's how she would always say, it's just pretty. You're for real good today. I had those situations. So I've had experiences with people type of situations where red flag. So when I got on the phone, before I got on the phone, it just didn't sit well with me. It's not like Taylor's situation where she probably just tired. She probably just get to the point where she's tired, sleeping, don't feel like going to work, and so she ain't gonna make Taylor go to work, kind of thing. This situation is different. I'm looking at this law, and every fucking year she's been in school, there's been a transfer. It wasn't until that last time that your ass had to go to court. That shit probably superstar. But you starting saying you starting the same thing over again this year. So, me seeing that trend, that pattern, I said, okay. I'm looking. I said before I call her, because the email was very pushy. Not in a not like a rude way, but kind of like in a encouraging way. Like I didn't her to get this pressure pushed me real quick. I didn't know I had that opportunity. Now that this social worker brought it up, oh, I didn't know I could do that. You know what I'm saying? So I told I remember Stella saying that told mom was doing the excuses. So I talked to the office and said, hey, I asked about the I said, do you have access to his doctor's excuses, like his excuses for being out? Because, so said it, and mom wants to do a referral process. She wants to go through a referral process. So I want to make sure I know what we got going on here. He ain't got to write the documentation. But then, I said, yeah, mom took it. I'm like, she said, she legit got front office food. Got front office food. She's like, yeah, she said that stuff. And she said all that in. I said, okay. I said, can you forward it to me? She said, yeah, sure. So I forwarded it. I started looking at it. I saw the urgent care one. I said, okay. But then I didn't. I want to say I got them, but I hadn't really analyzed them just yet. I didn't analyze it just yet. I was like, okay, I saw the urgent care one, saw some written ones here and there, so that's not going to be suffice too much. I said, okay, give her a good thing done. Called her. Mom picked up, and I explained who I was, and she said, oh, I'm confused. So the social, somebody else had called. I said, yes, she's the social worker, and she doesn't have a 504. She got in touch with me because she said she was interested in 504. So yeah, she said, yeah, with all that's going on, she said something about that you should be able to get like a 504. I said, no. I said, I don't want you to get, the wrong impression. I don't want you to be misled. Let me go ahead and explain to you how the 504 process works. I said, in order to have a 504, it's not a decision made by one person, it's a committee. You'll go through the formal referral process where if you request a refer him, I'll send you the paperwork for you to fill out. You'll send it back. You'll make an appointment for the committee yourself to have a meeting. I will review the input that you provided on the referral. We'll also look at the impairment. And she's like, something I like that. I said, okay, so he has appendicitis. Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, ain't no fucking doctor. I don't know a whole lot about appendicitis. However, I didn't think that this was like a kidney disease. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like appendicitis is like in your tonsils. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an organ, but it ain't something that's going to be ongoing forever. I never heard of it being a chronic disease or something that was prolonged. So that was something that I was kind of questioning about. And I was like, okay, so this is how it happens. This is how it goes. I said, so we'll review it. We'll look at it. And we'll determine if we need to move forward with the evaluation process. And if we do go forward with this, then we'll set up another meeting and we'll review all the data and all the things like that, and then we'll determine if he's eligible for it as well. And it's just like, that's when she started to try to try to sell me. And baby, you talk fast, number one, can't be fast talking can't be fast. I learned that talk fast is even though talk fast is what not hear something. They want you to be, he ain't saying these words, but pretty much if they're talking fast, they're trying to fool you. You know what I'm saying? Number two, she's overselling you. It's over the red flag. If you're lying, you're going to try to, it's like psychological. Like, you're lying. And so you got to lay it on thick to make it sound believable. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if it's true, it's just true. Shit, you ain't got to do all that because you feel like you got enough evidence. No, you ain't got to have enough evidence because you know it's true. So if I say my baby had appendicitis, we went to the doctor, and this is what's going on, and leave it at that. Why are you telling me a whole fucking elaborate ass fucking story from days leading up to school? That's when he started feeling sick. Like he was so exhausted and he was throwing up everywhere.
You also lied, not bring.
Before school even started, right? She didn't bring him before school started. Like she's already coming up with this live story while he didn't even start school. And saying how he couldn't keep nothing down, and he didn't eat for 8 to 9 days. And I wasn't going to take him to the hospital with him throwing up like that. And if she just was flip-flopping here and there, that was another red flag. Because like I tell the students, I believe the students who can paint a picture that makes sense. If you start telling me a story and then you start cutting to another thing within that story, like your rationale for it, like they're trying to explain, they're telling you what's happening, right? Sequence filling, and not a detail of the event. Like, yeah, because I was like, what? How would you think that? Why are you telling me that? Like, I know I asked you what you were thinking. Just tell me what the fuck happened. You know, and then if I bring another kid in, and their story just flows through. Now, I ain't talking about like their great storytelling. I'm talking about it just flows through. Like, this is what happened. You're believable. Because what you're doing is you're putting a filler. Because you omitting some things that you don't want me to know. So you're blotchy. And you're grabbing for straws. And that's what the mama is doing today. She's blotchy. And so there's not she ain't know I was on the phone writing my notes. I was literally writing everything she said, every little specific detail. And when I have her run that shit back to me, she better not miss a fucking beat. It'll make no goddamn sense for your child to be at school today. It's about to be September. And them kids started on August 7th.
And I guarantee the nigga still ain't had. If you had appendicitis, he should have had a surgery by now. Guarantee the nigga ain't got it.
No, this is when she killed herself. And then she said, I got to do this motherfucking food. So she get to talking. She's talking fast, right? And I'm not saying it. I'm just going, okay, yeah. Making us, you gonna knock that old. I already know you ain't gonna do this. You think you get closer. So, I'm using my counselor skills. So I'm kind of like edging her on, like I sound like I'm following with her, and she get more and more comfortable. And so she's saying, like, I mean, and then my insurance, the type of insurance I had is about. So you're trying to explain yourself throughout. Why are you explaining anything? Just say what the fuck happened. None of that has to be explained. That, again, you're trying to convince me of a lie. You're trying to convince me of a lie. And so, because you have fucked up insurance, so you say, you can't just take them to anywhere. You had to take them to Birmingham. Why Birmingham? Because you think that we can't get the information if we double check. So you gotta go somewhere far-fetched, Birmingham. So we had to take it to Birmingham. We had to stay up there for and then they couldn't get something through, so they had to do They had to put I forgot what kind of whatever, and I just let her paint her loose, and I said, okay, so appendicitis. I said, so yes, he had a cyst on his appendicitis, so on his appendix, and it said he had a I think when she turned it up a notch, I said, okay, so from what it sounds like, having an appendicitis, that I was looking it up at that in a moment. I said, that doesn't sound like a chronic disease or impairment. Like, that's not something that's going to be. I said, I can't tell you that he won't qualify, but I'm saying I have to talk to my um I said my mentee pretty much. I told her I said I'll need to talk to the 7th grade 504 coordinator to confirm, but from my understanding, it has to be something that's going to be defined. So say for and I said just like I said, say for instance, there's a child who has a certain percentage of hearing loss. That's going to affect his learning because he's not able to hear. So there's going to be some accommodations that we put in place to make, try to even out the playing field between him and his peers. You get what I'm saying? So if he ends up getting, I said, we have to make a 504 to accommodate the fact that he has temporary hearing loss or a certain percentage of hearing loss.
And let's put aside this.
So then I said, now if he gets a corrective surgery and he no longer needs it, then we'll, we can reconvene and end up, ending the 504. I said, but in this case, from my understanding, we could do something to where he might be excused for doctor's excuse, pending how long the doctor feels that he needs to be whatever. I said, but as far as like a 504, that documentation, I doubt it would go for an appendicitis. Cause I'm looking at it like goddamn, the tonsil shit. You know what I'm saying? They get inflamed. They do whatever. They give you medication or they give you whatever the case is, and then you go on about your business, and it doesn't last forever. So I looked that up. I should say, and I said, yeah, I was exactly fucking right. If it's that serious, if it becomes that inflamed, and they have to do corrective, it's done. Like after that, after you heal, you're good. And so that's when she tried to turn it up a little bit. Then she said some shit about some perforated. Perforated. And saying something about he has a perforated appendix due to the cyst or something like that. Draining. They had to drain his cyst from. I wrote this shit down. From this date to whatever date. And so, again, I'm talking about this because if it's a perforated, that sounds like it's ruptured. Or that sounds like if it's a cyst and it's perforated, then that means it's weakened. And I said, that sounds more serious. So then I'm looking it up to see if that would not, if it's serious. I was looking it up to see if that would cause for an emergency surgery. And I ain't say nothing to her. I'm just on the phone listening to her hang herself. And she said, because at that point I already was convinced that she's full of shit. And so because she was grabbing for straws at that point. It was like anytime I said something that was kind of like, this ain't the route you're probably going to end up going. This ain't going to really end up in your favor like you thought it was. And then sellers was on the phone with you, but you don't know what to talk about. Now you're trying to make the situation work. First, it started off with the motherfucking flu. Who has the motherfucking flu in August? COVID? The flu? Very rare in this area. COVID's running rampant right now. It's going through the roof. But the flu,